Yo, what is up, everybody? Ceresco back again with another chapter from the story titled Friend, written by Skeleton Girl 95. Remember to use the links in the description below. Show love to the author, like, comment, and subscribe. As they pulled up to Teresa's house, Nico looked out the window. You could already feel his presence coming from the house. Nico let out a loud sigh that was not gonna be easy, and she knew it. Teresa turned off the car and opened the door to get out. Halfway out, she stopped and looked at Nico. Look, I'm gonna go get Mimi. Nico watched as Teresa ran across the street and knocked on the door of a light blue house. The door opened to reveal Miss Mario smiling brightly at her. Nico could tell by both of their positions that they were talking about what she couldn't hear, but she figured it was the usual hello and thanks for watching Mimi, and probably a don't worry about it, dearie, from the old woman. Nico pulled her attention away from her sister and the old woman and looked back at the house. He let out one more sigh before opening the door and walking up to the house. As soon as Nico took one step inside, he was hit with a feeling of anger and death. Nico looked up at the second-story window and clicked her tongue in annoyance, for glaring down at her was Friend. She knew he was trying to scare her, like he did Teresa, but she wasn't fazed. Nico knew better than that. She knew to step foot in that house, while Mimi or any of the rest of the family was in it. Who knows what Friend would do to them as leverage? Nico was pulled from her stare down with Friend by the sound of running and something grabbing on to her legs. He looked down to see Mimi smiling up at her. He gave her a small smile back. Nico never seen Mimi before today, because Teresa refused to let her near any of them after trying to teach Sarah their ways. Mimi squeezed Nico's legs tightly and let out a giggle. I know you. You're Auntie Nico. He told me all about you. Teresa stood there in shock. She had no idea Sarah told Mimi anything about Nico. That she even talked about Nico, for that matter. Teresa told him that Nico left and wouldn't ever come back. Why would Sarah ever talk to it about her? Teresa then bent down to Mimi's level so she could look at her in the eyes. Mimi, sweetie, I don't know what Sarah told you about Nico. No, silly, not Sarah. Kira told me all about Auntie. Kira? Who's Kira? Nico gave her a mischievous grin as Mimi continued to talk. Kira was my friend before Friend came along. He told me Auntie Nico sent her to watch over us. But after Friend showed up, Kira left. Kira, okay, right, Auntie? Nico smiled at her and patted her head. Don't worry, kid. Nico's just fine. How about me and your mommy go to the park and play? Mimi smiled big at Nico and shouted a loud hooray as she released Nico's legs and ran out of the yard, waiting patiently for Nico and her mother on the sidewalk. Teresa gave Nico a look as she stood up. Kira? Nico gave her a smirk and opened her arms out wide as she walked backwards towards Mimi. "Hey, I got friends on the other side." Then she turned and grabbed Mimi's hand, and Mimi said, "Come on, Mommy." Teresa smiled at her young daughter, took her hand as they began to walk down the sidewalk. Nico glanced back at the house to see Friend standing in the yard. "Where are you going, Mimi?" Nico kept a firm grip on Mimi's hand. Friend growled at them as they walked. You don't want to leave your friend, do you?" Walking up to the gate, Nico watched him from the corner of her eye as he walked out of the fence and on to the sidewalk. Nico let go of Mimi's hand and stood behind Mimi and Teresa, putting each of her hands on their backs, pushing them slightly as they walk. "Don't you ignore me, child," shouted. When Mimi didn't turn around, he began walking faster towards them. "You witch, what did you do to my friend?" he hissed angrily at Nico. As he approached them more, Nico walked a little faster, pushing Mimi and Teresa as she did so. Teresa looked back at her sister with a questioning look. Nico gave her a quick smile and said, "What? Just want to get to the park faster, that's all." "Yay, to the park!" shouted Mimi. And Teresa just shrugged her shoulders again and continued to walk slightly faster. Nico glanced back again at Friend to see that he was right behind them. He reached out an arm to grab Nico, but as soon as the three of them stepped out off the sidewalk to cross the street, he stopped. Friend stood there, glaring at Nico, before turning around and heading back to the house. Nico watched as he left, and slowly she removed her hands from their backs and walking back up beside Mimi. Nico glanced down at Mimi's neck and let out a low sigh before leaning over slightly towards Teresa. "Hey, do you know how far Friend could go?" I think Mimi told me he can only go in the yard. Why?" "Well, we have a problem, because he was following us, up until we walked across the street." "What?" "Yeah, he's gone now." I don't understand. Mimi said he couldn't leave the yard. How can he come this far?" Nico pointed at Mimi's neck and pulled down her shirt a bit to reveal a bruise-like handprint. Teresa covered her mouth with her hands to keep from screaming. What is that?" "That is a big problem." Now, ladies and gentlemen, the end of chapter 12.